Russell's Viper. So you're in India, finally about to meet your online girlfriend IRL. She lives in a village, so after hours of traveling, you're almost there. Your heart is racing with excitement as you walk towards her home. But right then, a Russell's Viper decides to make you its target and bites you. You waste no time and rush to the hospital in West Bengal, forgetting everything about your girlfriend. The doctors see the bite and spring into action. They start administering anti-venom like there's no tomorrow. 30 bottles, no less. They basically flood your veins with the anti-venom. But this snake's venom is so darn hardcore, it just laughs in the face of anti-venom. In the end, the venom proves too powerful. Your story turns into a legendary tale of bad luck. Bitten by a snake, given 30 bottles of anti-venom, and still, the venom wins. This really happened to a guy in India in November 2022, minus the girlfriend part. You see, Russell's Vipers aren't just dangerous, they're the ultimate villains of the snake world. They're one of the big four, the four most venomous snake species responsible for causing the greatest number of human deaths. When Russell's Vipers feel threatened, they coil up, hiss like they're auditioning for a snake version of The Exorcist, and strike at lightning speed. 1 minute you're enjoying your walk, and the next you're on the ground clutching your leg like you've been hit by a tiny venomous freight train. The venom acts fast and quickly causes intense swelling, blisters, and in some nasty cases, necrosis, where your flesh basically rots away. Hippopotamus. So you're on a peaceful boat ride in southern Malawi, enjoying the view, when out of nowhere, a massive hippo decides to ruin everything. This exact thing happened in May 2023, when 37 people were crossing the Shire River to Mozambique, and a hippo suddenly flipped their canoe. The gruesome incident led to the death of a 1-year-old and 23 missing people, showing us why these animals are so dangerous. In another scary encounter that happened in December 2022, a toddler in Uganda was nearly swallowed by a hippo. Miraculously, the child survived, proving once again just how unpredictable hippos can be. While they mainly eat plants, they'll eat meat if there's no grass around. Hippos might look like big, harmless vegetarians, but up close, they're terrifying. Well, let's start with the fact that hippos can open their mouths about 150 degrees, which is an opening of 3 to 4 feet. That's like you opening your mouth so wide to try and eat the entire 16-inch pizza in one go. These beasts can grow up to 14 feet long and weigh as much as a couple of cars. Their jaws can snap a canoe in half, and they can run surprisingly fast when angry, as if they're Usain Bolt with major anger issues. Plus, their sharp teeth can tear through lions and crocodiles, which makes most animals not want to mess with them. These hulking creatures can go crazy when they see anything as a threat, even humans. Their attacks often involve biting and trampling, leading to many human casualties. About 500 people are killed by hippos each year, making them the most dangerous large land mammal. Hyenas. It's Monday night, and your wife wants to make pasta for dinner and asks you to go out and collect firewood. You head towards the nearby forest of Nairobi, casually gathering firewood at night, when out of nowhere, you hear this frightening laughter. You think it's your friend trying to scare you, but it's not. It's a pack of very hungry hyenas, and they want you as their snack. This nightmare was a reality for one unfortunate soul near Nairobi in February 2024. The poor guy dropped the firewood and ran, heart pounding, but those hyenas were faster. They attacked like in The Lion King, but he was no Simba, and this wasn't a cartoon. In the end, he lost his life, and his remains were found days later. The spotted hyena is the goat of predators in Africa. They eat everything: teeth, bones, you name it. Even a 1-year-old hyena has a 603-pound bite, while the adults have a whopping 1,000 pounds bite. That's stronger than a grizzly bear and can bite through armor that even bullets can't. Lions with their 900-pound bite can't compete. Hyenas just bunch through anything like it's a snack, and they laugh like maniacs. They can even give the Joker a run for his money when it's about laughter. If you're in the jungle and hear laughter, there's a 99% chance it's from hyenas, and a 100% chance they're laughing at you being on the menu. Chimpanzee. If you're hiking through the jungle and you spot a chimpanzee sitting high in a tree, it brings back sweet memories of the chimpanzee drummer toy that you got at Christmas from your grandma when you were a kid. But let's get real for a moment. Those cute drummers can actually be pretty scary. On March 3, 2005, a nightmare occurred at an animal sanctuary in California. Two chimps, Buddy and Ollie, escaped their enclosures and turned a nice, pleasant day into a Planet of the Apes movie. These two went full beast mode on an unsuspecting visitor, biting off a thumb and mauling him until he was barely recognizable. They ripped off fingers, feet, buttocks, and even parts of his face. While the guy survived such a brutal attack, he had to hang out in the hospital for 6 months. Between 2005 and 2009, he had over 60 surgeries. Now he's rocking a fake eye and 2 slits where his nose used to be. That's a pretty rough makeover. Even though human and chimp DNA are almost identical, chimps are far stronger than the average person. When they get angry, it means big trouble. Chimpanzees naturally have a violent streak, and this isn't just because of human interaction. In the wild, they coordinate attacks not just on other animals, but sometimes on unlucky humans who cross their paths. They don't need a reason to go bananas, they just do. Next time you see a cute chimp, remember Buddy and Ollie. While you're thinking how cute they are, they might be dreaming about turning you into a chew toy. Polar bear. You're trekking through the icy wilderness, reminiscing about that cute polar bear stuffed animal you had as a kid. But let's be real, these fluffy beasts are more gore-fest than Nat Geo's special. Polar bears aren't just cute and cuddly, they're apex predators. When the ice melts and their hunting grounds disappear, they wander into human territory, thinking people look like tasty snacks. These bears can literally decapitate a seal with one swipe. Their sheer strength is terrifying, and their attacks can be gruesome and often fatal. Take this incident in Alaska that happened in January 2023. The locals were just having a wonderful afternoon when out of nowhere a polar bear showed up. People ran for their lives, and the polar bear chased them until it caught a mom and her 1-year-old. This massive beast, standing 10 feet tall and weighing a whopping 1,700 pounds, decided to go full beast mode on the mom and son. The attack was like a bloodbath. The bear, with its razor-sharp claws and powerful jaws, tore through flesh with brutal force. Despite the mother's desperate efforts to protect her child, she couldn't. What was a peaceful day turned into a bloody nightmare until a brave local shot the bear, finally ending the attack. But the mother and son had already lost their lives. Between 1870 and 2014, there were 73 polar bear attacks, resulting in 20 deaths and 63 injuries. Most attacks happened when sea ice was at its lowest, pushing hungry bears closer to humans. Crocodile. You're hanging out by the river, enjoying the day, when suddenly, out of nowhere, a croc rockets out of the water like a scaly missile. Welcome to Croc Country, where ignorance is bliss can turn you into a snack. Now, saltwater crocodiles are nature's top predators. They've been around for over 90 million years. I know, prehistoric, but the thing is, they perfected their attack game. These guys don't just randomly attack, they plan it out, much like your creepy ex. They watch, they wait, and then they strike when you least expect it. Take the example of Cindy Waldron. In 2016, she thought a morning swim in Daintree National Park was a good idea. Ignoring the warning signs, a crocodile grabbed her and dragged her under. All that was left was her towel on a do not swim sign. Brutal. Then there's Andrew Kerr from 2017. Camping by a river in Queensland, he woke up to a crocodile dragging him out of his tent by the leg. His friends fought it off with a frying pan and a camera tripod, but Andrew still lost his leg. At least he survived with a wild story. You see, it's not just people in danger with crocodile attacks. Dogs, cattle, anything that moves is fair game for these ugly reptiles. They take down their prey with a vicious bite and a deadly roll, snapping bones and tearing flesh in seconds. Their jaws can crush with over 3,700 pounds of force, making it nearly impossible to escape. In croc territory, the water's edge is a danger zone. Don't get too comfy just because you don't see them, because the fact is, they see you. They can launch out of the water with scary speed, and once they grab you, it's game over. Remember, they've been practicing for 90 million years. Grizzly bear. Grizzly bears, especially in hyperphagia season, which is just a fancy word for the time period when bears eat a lot more than usual because they need to fatten up before going into their dens for winter. It's like preparing for hibernation, are the ultimate survival game boss. These beasts are massive, unpredictable, and always hungry. Case in point, in 2023, a couple in Canada's Banff National Park thought they had bear protocol down to a science. They checked in daily, followed every rule, and still, a grizzly bear decided they were dinner. They sent a check-in at 5 p.m. saying they were safe at camp. Unfortunately, Unfortunately, at 1 a.m., park rangers found the couple and their dog had been mauled to death. The bear was still there, being aggressive, and had to be put down. You see, grizzlies don't just stumble upon you. They plan. They smell you, watch you, and when you least expect it, pretty much like a stalker, they jump and attack. Just imagine you go camping feeling all Bear Grylls, you know, the man from Man vs. Wild, when a grizzly charges at you out of nowhere. Your friends might try to save you, but good luck with that. These bears can crush bones with a single bite and aren't scared of anything. Yes, it's true what they say, camping really does bring people closer to nature. Sometimes close enough to become a bear's midnight snack. Elephant. Now, in 2007, a British family decided it would be fun to see the wildlife and explore Africa. They go to Zimbabwe, where they're all about the views, the wildlife, and the ultimate safari vibes. But their dream holiday takes a horrifying turn on a walking tour when a bull elephant charges at them out of nowhere. The guy takes out his rifle and tries to shoot the elephant, but misses. The elephant tramples the mother and daughter while the dad survives. But we know for sure he will never be signing up for any more walking tours anytime soon. In India in 2022, where a cranky elephant and a woman had a somewhat bad meeting, although we don't know what she did to irritate him, the huge animal got rather enraged and stomped her. But it gets much more insane. The elephant crashed her funeral as well with its squad and tossed the woman's dead body around like it was a football. Talk about holding a grudge. These stories aren't just random flukes. Elephants have memories like your mom on a bad day and are super territorial. They'll defend their territory pretty aggressively, and when they feel threatened, they'll bring the pain in a way that's hard to forget. It's safe to say that when it comes to elephants, it's not just their size you have to worry about, it's their grudges too. Chimp tiger or Bengal tiger. In the early 1900s, the Chimp tiger in the Chimp region of India proved to be the scariest cat to ever walk the earth. This Bengal tigress wasn't just a killer, she was a true monster. Over 10 years, she became a terror, killing 436 people. Yes, you read that right. Bengal tigers are basically nature's tanks. They can weigh up to 500 pounds and have a bite strong enough to crush bones. Tigers typically hunt for other big animals, including deer and wild boar, but this tigress has developed a craving for human flesh. She also did not discriminate. She ate kids, men, and women. The people lived in continual anxiety because of her. They never knew when the tiger might attack. Every time they left their houses, they were like, will the big cat attack us today or not? To stop the tigers, famous tiger hunter Jim Corbett was finally called in, saying, "Here, kitty kitty." He went into the forest to find the big cat. Jim had his trusty rifle and was very good at tracking. He followed her paw prints, listened for her roars, and even used a goat to bring her out. After a long hunt, he saw the tigress and with one perfect shot, killed her in 1907. As Jim looked at the tigress's body, he saw something sad even as the people celebrated. She started hunting people since her teeth were broken from someone having shot her in the face in the past. Now we know that even these scariest cats need a dentist. The Chimp tiger's reign of terror ended not just because of Jim Corbett's perfect shot, but also because she was overdue for a dental appointment.